What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant back again. Hope everybody's having a good to great day. Want to give a shout out to the Legacy of a Money Sports Network. It's my crew, the fam. Help me get the content together for y'all, man. So it's definitely a collaborative effort. If y'all don't mind swinging by the Instagram, Tony the Savant. Give your boy a follow. Also the Twitter, Tony the Savant or X. um, Got exclusive content dropping over there as well. Lastly, Facebook, Tony DTHEE Savant. If you don't mind giving your boy a follow over there or send a friend request. I'm not sure how my platform or my page is set up. Um, and of course, right here at the crib. You know what I mean? We on the big four. Uh, YouTube being the central hub. If you don't mind, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. And of course, drop your comment in the comment section because your thoughts, perspective on these topics and issues are very valued by me. And you may be able to change my perspective. Very next video, I'm like, hey, my boy, in the comment section, definitely made me think about something that I didn't think about the first time, so we spin the block on this situation. But nonetheless, let's get right into it, man. Because we talking about my boy Karl Anthony Towns, as it has just been reported that he is out for the next at least four weeks, which would, essentially have these Minnesota Timberwolves end the season without him. And he would be eligible to return in perhaps the first or second round of the Western Conference playoffs. Now, with how the Timberwolves have been playing and, with them still having the elite talent of Anthony Edwards and defensive talents of Rudy Gobert, there is a strong indication that the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are 44-19 as the recording of this video, strong indication that they can still eke their ways into the playoffs, even if they're not the number one seed as they are right now. Hold on 1 second, guys. Loading this video. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so with that being said, losing the All-Star like Karl Anthony Towns, who was an All-Star this particular year, losing his talent, his elite offense, his definitely contributions on the defense. One thing I don't understand about Karl Anthony Towns, this dude does not post up. I don't know why. He had like a 6-foot player on him. He would not post, put the dude in a post. But, losing his contributions, his production, I think would definitely affect the Timberwolves. But I think right now we're going to have a coming out party of Anthony Edwards, man. If you wasn't aware of Anthony Edwards' talents before, I think the absence of Karl Anthony Towns is going to present opportunities for Anthony Edwards to really encompass and take over this team. As I've always thought, it was more of a co-partnership. Karl Anthony Towns has been pretty much the face of the franchise since he's been drafted to the Timberwolves. There was a bit of tussling of who would be the guy in the franchise back when he and Andrew Wiggins were both, young franchise players for the team. Well, ultimately, Karl Anthony Towns won out, has, been a serviceable talent, serviceable big man, and now has once again found himself in co-partnership with a wing player in the likes of Anthony Edwards. So I feel like, Andrew Wiggins, we always knew didn't really have the He had the talent, but didn't really have the intangibles to be an elite guy to take over and all that stuff. But Anthony Edwards has shown that he does have those capabilities. And I love what Anthony Edwards is evolving into. As far back as this recent offseason, NBA offseason, I remember Anthony Edwards talking, some big game and talking in a way of being a leader and a franchise guy and the face of the league and all this kind of stuff, saying the right things, all of the right competitive things. This recent offseason had a good showcasing and the FIBA games and has pretty much been balling this recent season. I want to put him in an MVP conversation. I got Joker as my lead candidate. I got SGA number two. You could throw some other names in the mix, but I think Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum is another one of my top guys, but I think you could throw Anthony Edwards in the mix. And he has a case just as well. But like I say, with this injury, I think it's going to open up the doors for Anthony Edwards to take over this team and cement himself as the guy. But ultimately, with Cat being out, I'm interested to see where the Timberwolves, what they're able to do from this point on. But he is expected to be out 4 weeks, I believe, with a left meniscus tear. I think the injury is what he's suffering. And, as of the recording of this video, the Minnesota Timberwolves will be without the services of Karl Anthony Towns, but they have the number one seed, and there's still about 6 weeks left in the season. So very interesting to see how things unfold in the next recent weeks. As I've been cheering for the Minnesota Timberwolves, I've been cheering for them and Oklahoma City Thunder. They've pretty much had the Western Conference in a stranglehold all season. These two teams being the number one and the number two seed or somewhere in the mix, top three seeds. Interesting to see how this season ends. Also, I want to just state that this has been on record. I've been reading a few Minnesota Timberwolves articles, looking at their numbers and all that stuff. This has been one of the best seasons, if not the best season, of the Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. And that's going through. That's with the Kevin Garnett years, when they was actually making the playoffs and all that good stuff. This particular season has been the best season in the Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. So, losing Karl Anthony Towns during such a historic season definitely takes some wind out of the sails. But like I say, I'm putting my money on Anthony Edwards to keep this team afloat, to do what he got to do. I'll make a follow-up video after I look at their remaining schedule, see a couple of games, see how a couple of games unfold, and then we'll assess the situation from there. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. It is your boy, Tony the Savant. Please, once again, swing by the platforms. Give your boy a follow, friend request. Once again, on this here YouTube, if you don't mind, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. And as well, drop a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think about this particular video. Do you think the Minnesota Timberwolves can stay afloat without Karl Anthony Towns? Do you think that Anthony Edwards can keep the Minnesota Timberwolves afloat? Do you think Rudy Gobert will be an X factor if the Minnesota Timberwolves are able to maintain the number one seed or possibly fall into the number two seed? Like I said, this is a very suspenseful time for the Minnesota Timberwolves. But it is your boy, Tony the Savant. Y'all the bosses. I'm the guy that loves to work. Let me get back to work. Peace.